Hello, I'm Aria Wells, and welcome back to the channel. Life isn't one constant truth, it's a mosaic of paradoxes. Sometimes we need to slow down to speed up. Sometimes saying no is the kindest yes we can give ourselves. Let's explore 20 sometimes that can transform how we live, love, and lead. Number 1. Sometimes slowing down speeds you up. Have you ever sprinted through your to-do list only to feel more behind? I once tried powering through a creative block with caffeine and frenzy and got nowhere. It was only when I took a leisurely walk that breakthroughs arrived. Number 2. Sometimes saying no is saying yes to yourself. A friend felt guilty declining yet another after-hours work request, until she realized every no carved out space for her dreams. What would you say yes to if you guarded your time fiercely? Number 3. Sometimes letting go opens new doors. In my own life, releasing a long-held expectation of perfect parenting unlocked a deeper connection with my children. Which attachment are you ready to release? Number 4. Sometimes rest is the best productivity hack. The most productive people I know schedule nap breaks and guilt-free afternoons. Have you treated rest like the privilege it truly is? Number 5. Sometimes failure is the clearest compass. As Edison discovered with thousands of failed bulbs, every misstep taught him how not to invent and pointed him closer to success. What failure is guiding you today? Number 6. Sometimes vulnerability is your greatest strength. When I shared my struggle with anxiety on camera, viewers thanked me for the honesty. In that moment, my weakness became our bridge. Who do you need to let in? Number 7. Sometimes action heals more than words. I once wrote an apology letter, but then decided to show up in person, sit in silence, and simply listen. That presence healed wounds words could not. What action is waiting in your heart? Number 8. Sometimes the hardest choice is the right one. Leaving a secure job terrified me, yet it led to the work I love. When you face a fork in the road, which path whispers growth most urgently? Number 9. Sometimes solitude sparks your brightest ideas. One weekend retreat alone in the woods yielded my best-selling book outline. When was your last creative escape? Number 10. Sometimes self-love is the toughest love. I used to skip therapy because I should handle it. It was only by investing in myself that I learned the true meaning of care. How might you prioritize you this week?
11. Sometimes chaos leads to clarity. After a messy breakup, I found my core values clearer than ever. When life scatters your pieces, what new mosaic will you build? 12. Sometimes a smile is the strongest gesture. I once greeted a terrified new student with a grin and saw her shyness melt. Whose day could you brighten with a simple curve of your lips? 13. Sometimes risk is the path to reward. Booking a one-way ticket to a foreign country felt reckless, until it became my greatest life lesson in courage and connection. What calculated risk might yield your next breakthrough? 14. Sometimes questions are more powerful than answers. Rather than telling my team how to solve a problem, I asked, "What do you think we should try first?" Their ownership and creativity soared. What question could unlock fresh insight in your world? 15. Sometimes surrender is the greatest victory. In yoga, yielding into a deep stretch offers more freedom than pushing harder. Where might releasing control bring you unexpected peace? 16. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. When my partner was upset, silence, paired with an understanding look, said, "I see you," far better than any argument. How could you let silence hold space for someone today? 17. Sometimes change begins with a single step. That first gym visit, that first draft, that first awkward phone call. They all start with a toe in the water. What tiny step will you take right now? 18. Sometimes asking for help is an act of courage. Admitting I needed a coach saved my business and my sanity. Who in your circle could be your next guide or ally? 19. Sometimes discomfort is the gateway to growth. I'll never forget the first time I spoke in public. I shook, I stuttered, but I learned that fear and growth share a doorway. What discomfort are you ready to walk through? 20. Sometimes listening heals more than speaking. A friend once told me her single greatest comfort was simply having me sit quietly by her side. Whose story needs your full, wordless attention? Each of these sometimes holds its own magic, and together they invite you to live with curiosity, courage, and compassion. Which one will you lean into today? If this message touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Come back again, there's always more light to share. I'm Aria Wells. Until next time, embrace the power of sometimes.